Alright, getting ready to do yet another box. This is going to be box number 15. Okay. 15. It's going to be a lot of books that start with W. We'll start right here with Wolverine 18. And Wolverine 19. This is mid-2000s. Here's Wolverine number 22. And this one I believe might actually be a key book. And here's another one. '23. Alright. Here's number 19. These are just jumping around from series to series. Here's 17. Kind of no rhyme or reason. Here is 18. Number 89, Dark Wolverine. Here's number 311. Wolverine number 1. Wolverine 309. Here is number 310. And another number 1. It's another 309. Here's a Wolverine and the X-Men, number 1. Here's number 2. Wolverine number 11. Number 10. Death of Wolverine number 1. Here's number 2. It's kind of a foily cover. Prismatic, kinda. Here's Wolverine Annual number 1. Okay, here is Wolverine and the X-Men number 1. The Hunt for Wolverine, the Adamantium Agenda, number 1. Here's Hunt for Wolverine, Weapon Lost, number 1. And here is just The Hunt for Wolverine, number 1. And it is a variant. Here's Wastelanders Wolverine #1. And that little beep over there meant that the coffee is done, so I'll be right back. Back at it. Alright. This is What's the Furthest Place from Here? #1. You know, with the long title craze. We Have Demons #1, and this is a variant. Cover B, I think. And this is #1, cover A. And this one is not, there's one that has foil right here. This is not foil. This is regular cover A. Dark Wolverine #90. Wolverine #2. Wolverine #3. Wolverine #6. Wolverine and the X-Men #2. Here's Wolverine #8. Here is #5. #7. #13. #8 of a different series, I believe. Here is the Adamantium Agenda #2. Here is Dark Wolverine #75. #77. #76. #78, sorry. And here is #300. #20. Okay, you get some Walking Dead. Here is #61. First appearance of Father Gabriel. As well as, I think this is a flip book with a preview of Chew #1, I believe. #62. #63. Maybe this is the flip book. I don't know. '64. '65. '66. '67. 68. 70. 72. 73. This is about the time around here when the shows started coming out. 74. 75. 78. 79. Okay. Uncanny X-Men #1. Legacy number 620. It's a thick, pretty big book. Uncanny X-Men number 221. Cool. This, I believe, is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. What kind of condition is this thing in? Yeah, it's a little rough for wear. It's an 8.5 maybe. 8085. Could it possibly reach 9 maybe? It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Here is Uncanny X-Men number 6. Here is X-Men 17. X-Men 4. And this will go down as just an awful time for X-Men. This kind of, that era, the recent era. This is a cool book. This is one of the first comic books I ever bought. X-Men Prime. This is 1980 or 1995 when I first started really collecting comics. I made the switch from collecting sports cards to comic books at that time. And this was like one of the first books I remember buying. That right there. Right off the shelf. Off the comic book rack. Drink a coffee. Here's current series X-Men number 6. Here is number 12. This is X-Men Legends. Pretty recent, really. Yeah, I started collecting comics in 95. And I collected a lot of Spawn back then. I collected some X-Men, a little bit of Spawn, and a few Spider-Man books maybe. Not much. From 95 up until 2002, I probably had a stack of comics like this. Maybe about what's in this box right now. That's all I had. And 97, I met my ex-wife, and I didn't collect any comics because there was not going to be any spending money on anything like that while I was with her. So we were together until 2002, and early 2002 is when I really started collecting seriously. And I collected for about 5 years, and then I quit when books jumped from $2.99 to $3.99 in the late 2000s. I was so disgusted I quit collecting comics. And I kick myself for that now because there was so much good Spider-Man stuff. I picked back up in about 2008 or 9. I started buying again. Really 2009. I started buying comics again. I just bit the bullet and I was like, okay, they're $3.99, whatever. So I started buying them again, but there was a lot of good stuff. And one thing that really I think about that I really kick myself for, because this is one a memory I have, 2007-8, I worked a job where I was on the road, and I was a food salesman basically, and I'd go into grocery stores, and out on the west side of Michigan there was this chain of grocery stores that was really kind of mom and pop's grocery store, and they had comics on the book stands. Always had comic books, Amazing Spider-Man, Batman, you name it. And I remember I would look and see that cover price of $3.99, and those were all newsstand books. Every week I went into those stores and saw those Spider-Man and Batman books, and they were always newsstand. And those things they're so rare and valuable right now. And I think about that, and I'm like, man, why? I wish I had a different mindset back then. I would have bought all of that up. If it's hindsight's always 2020, so you look back and think. But I remember seeing, it was around Spider-Man, maybe 550. The numbering of 550, 520 to 580, maybe around that. I started collecting again when Amazing Spider-Man hit 600. Is when I really started collecting again. So that 500 to 600 range is that's when I was disgusted with the price. And that's when I used to see those newsstand books all the time at those grocery stores. And I did a chain of those stores, and every one of them had comics. They were all newsstand. I mean, you name it. They had X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman. They had all of them. And yeah, I just looked at them and I was like, nope, I'm not paying that. Now, those would be worth so much money now. Is what it is. Okay, continuing. Here we have X-Men Legends number 10. Here is World's Finest number 7. But the thing is I know, going back to that newsstand stuff, I know that I bought a few books here and there off of the newsstand. I know I did. So I'm going back through these again, and I'm really looking at those barcodes. And I've already found 2 books that are newsstand. And like I said in one of my previous videos, the ratio is I'm probably 99.99% direct edition books. But there are a few newsstand books sprinkled in there. So I've been kind of on the lookout for them. Okay. Here's Walking Dead number 22. Walking Dead 25. Walking Dead number 27. That's the first governor. And that looks to be in perfect condition. 9.8 candidates right there. Nice. Number 40. Ooh. Number 6. Shane's death. This one is not quite It's got this one corner up here that's just not great, not crisp. The rest of it looks nice, but it's just, yeah, that one corner up there is a little bit blunted, slightly. 9.6? 9.4 for sure. Yeah. As if it matters. I don't grade my books anyway. Here is The Walking Dead #1, but don't get too excited. It's Image Firsts. I have a few of these Image Firsts. This one is March of 2010 publishing. Because there's like 5 or 6 of these. Here is number 50. Here is number 59. Here is number 80. 80. Number 83. Wolverine Patch, number 5. We have Demons, number 3. And this one is foil. It's kind of hard to tell, but that is foil right there. So that is the foil variant, number 3. The Ward, number 1. Dark Horse Comics. World's Finest, number 3. Wolverine Patch, number 2. Coffee break. Okay. All right, here is We Have Demons, number 2. And this one is foil. Number 2. World's Finest, number 2. Wolverine, number 20. What's the Furthest Place from Here, number 5. And I did read the first handful of issues of this, and I just decided it was not for me. Here is number 4. And this is number 2, I think. This is variant cover. I think it's number 2. I could be wrong on that. I'm not opening it to see what it is. Yeah, it's number 2. Variant cover of number 2. Here is number 3. Here is number 1. This is a variant. Here's the Superior Iron Man. This thing got hot for a second and then came back to reality. If I was a comic seller, I would have pulled this thing out and sold it when it was hot to get rid of it, but I don't sell books, right? Here is Tony Stark, Iron Man #1. Here's Iron Man #25. That's current series. Or is it? That is not current series. No, that's Marvel Now era. Here's #5. Here's #1. Marvel Now era. And I actually have 2 of those. Okay. Here's #2. Here is #6. I know Iron Man is getting ready to relaunch again with Jerry Duggan writing. And, you know, great, since X-Men was so awesome and thrilling and all of that under Jerry Duggan, I'm sure Iron Man is going to be great. Here is Iron Man #1. This is Marvel Now era. This is the design variant. It's like a 1 in 10. Yeah, I'm sure Iron Man, the new relaunch, is going to suck just as much as the current version sucks. Here is Iron Man 599. $5.98. I like writers who come in and shake things up. They come in and they actually create. Throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Create new characters. Go new directions. I like that boldness. You know, Donny Cates is really good with that. And I'm hoping that this new Miles Morales Spider-Man series goes that way and they start just throwing stuff at the wall. See what sticks. Create new stuff. Do new things. These books that are boring and these writers that don't do anything, don't take any risks, don't create anything, they're just placeholders. It's boring. Here's Iron Man, the Invincible Iron Man 512. One thing that was promising about the Miles Morales book, and I did read it, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I was worried for a minute because Miles Morales was kind of pulling the race card a little bit. But some adults and grown-ups, people that are more mature, kind of put him in his place a little bit, which was nice to see. So it's kind of a good, you know, I'm liking that they're not just going with the, you know, the oppressed minority trope. You know, it's not interesting. Put something to it. You know. Here's Iron Man #1, annual #1. Iron Man, The Coming of the Melter. Here is Iron Man #11. And speaking of Miles Morales, thank God that they got him out of that. They got him out of that stupid hoodie thing. I mean, could you be more cliche? Putting the young black character is going to be in a hoodie. You know, that borders on racist, I think. That's such a stereotype, and that's what they had for Miles Morales. You know, it's like they're not even trying with that character. So hopefully they actually try now. And it's a good start. There's a new character, and the story was actually pretty good. And so we'll see. Here's Iron Man 10. X-Men Legends number 9. The Uncanny X-Men number 2. Uncanny X-Men number 1. This is a key. I don't know what's key about it. It's probably a pretty minor key. Here's another one. Here is Iron Man number 12. I think this is current series. Yeah. Really, really boring. Here's Iron Man Hong Kong Heroes number 1. Featuring the debut of an all-new armored hero. I wonder who that is. Strange. Invincible Iron Man number 1. October 7th, 2015. 7 years ago. Invincible Iron Man number 4. Invincible Iron Man 523. Here's Iron Man number 3. Iron Man number 4. Here's the Invincible Iron Man number 69. Here's number 68. Number 73. '74. Here's number 1. 2004, something like that. Here is Iron Man number 25, Legacy 650, that's current. Iron Man 22, variant edition. This is the Predator variant. Current series. Iron Cat number 1. It came out on a Wednesday, number 1. Alterna Comics, $1.50. This is printed on old newsprint. You know, the way comics used to be. Kind of cool. Here is Iron Man number 65. I used to think it would be cool if the comic publishers went back to that and cheapened the books, but I don't know. I think that would be a bad move. Here is Invincible Iron Man 66. Here is 67. I like comic books just the way they are right now. But I don't think they should go any more expensive than $3.99. I really don't. You don't have to have backup stories. We don't need backup stories. We don't need that extra dollar like Batman and Action Comics and those. Take that backup story out and drop it $1. And I'm not into cardstock covers. I know I'm probably in the minority. A lot of people love cardstock covers. I'm not a fan. I like my comics to be floppy. So here's Iron Man Special number 1. That's from the Marvel Now era. And it's a variant edition. That's it for that book, that box. That is box number 15. Another one documented. Number 15.